Guys, it's a beautiful day. I just got invited to the Ghana Tech Expo 2025 at the Accra Digital Center, just by Circle. First time being here. I'm going to go in, so I'm going to be part of the panel. We're going to have a panel discussion with some people, some creatives. So let's go see how that goes. Yeah, I'm going to show you how everything unfolds in this video.
And then finally, last but not least, let's have Kwesi Asante Ejapon. He is the founder of Kin Kweku Anansi Photography. And he's a Ghanaian-based wedding, portrait, and events photographer with over 10 years of professional experience. And he is the founder of the Kin Kweku Photography. Thank you very much for joining us. So I just want to kick things off with a question that helps us get straight into the craft. And I'll find out from Mr. Kweku and say that in your opinion, what's one key element that you think modern photographers often overlook? Something that could perhaps transform their work if they paid more attention to?
Sorry. Hi. Greetings, everyone. I'm Kwesi Asante Ejapon, and thanks for the introduction. Thanks for having me. And I hope everyone here has had value from the beginning of the session till now. And I hope everything that I would say, you would find value in it as well. I think one thing I want everyone to pay attention to is how you look. How you look. I feel like as a generation, we've moved from being referred to as photo to being referred to as professional photographers. Back then, when somebody's referred to as a photographer, you know that they're not making money. They're your uncles, dads who are 40, 50 years, and they are wearing vests, they are wearing tourists, and they're not really looking good. Nobody wanted to be those people. But now, when you tell somebody you're a photographer, everyone wants to be a photographer because of the value and how much money people are actually making as photographers and videographers. And I think one thing that helps, or has helped me, is the way I look. It's perception-wise. I won't say it's only in Ghana. Everywhere you are dressed by the way you look. And growing up, my mom always used to say something. We didn't grow up from a rich home. We're actually poor. And my mom said something that was profound to me. She said that if you look a certain way, nobody will know you are poor. So when I step out of the house, he says, because you don't know who you would see, who will meet you along the way and then actually invite you to go do something with them. And if you're not properly dressed, they won't want to invite you. So that's one key takeaway. When I started doing photography professionally, I endeavored to look good. And when you go somewhere and you tell somebody that, oh, I'm charging you 10,000 cedis to shoot your wedding, they don't bat an eye. They trust you because, one, you're smelling good, you're looking good. And with all that comes with confidence. Because if you are not looking the part, how do you charge a certain kind of amount of money? I got a chance to speak to Gemma Photography, one of the biggest photography companies in Ghana. And he said something that clients booked him to Dubai, paid him to stay in a 5-star hotel to shoot their pre-wedding, and then after they paid his flight back to Ghana. Do you know how expensive that is? For you to be paid to go shoot a wedding in Dubai, and they pay for you to stay in a 5-star hotel. You have to command all of that. And then one of that, to be able to command that, one thing that I think we should pay attention to is the way we look, the way you dress. So for me, if you take one thing into consideration, consider the way you dress. Look at a CEO. When you walk around and you see somebody, and how do you know this person has money? Or this person demands respect? The way they look. And if we will pay a lot of consideration over here, back here in this part of the world, people don't really respect their craft. So I think one thing we should endeavor to do, which I've been trying to do, is look good. If you see me right now and I tell you I'm a photographer, you won't believe me, right? At all. But when I tell you a photographer, you'll be interested. Oh wow, because I hear this thing a lot. When the people approach me and they find out I'm a photographer, they're interested. You look so good to be a photographer. Why are they saying that? Because back then people didn't used to look good.
Yeah.
So let's all endeavor to change that perception about photographers. So henceforth, please let's change our wardrobe and look good. Okay, thank you.
Great. Invest in how you look as an upcoming photographer. It should be part of your brand.
Yeah.
I'll come to you, Mr. Lee. You have also been in the photography business for a number of years. What's that singular thing that you think your photographers should pay attention to? Could make a difference in their work?
Okay, definitely one thing. So, just recently, I've noticed something that it's something that we should have been doing all along, but it's all got to do with client relation. Right from the very first hello to when you sign out to the clients, yes, if we can pay more attention to that. For instance, I came across a hairstylist by the name She Was, right? So we all shot a wedding together, we were done and everything. The next time I checked the bride status, apart from posting some photos I sent to her, she actually posted a thank you letter from She Was. That's a hairstylist too.
Yeah.
She raised the bar. she sent a thank you, an official thank you letter to the couple, and specifically the bride, appreciating her for choosing her among all the hairstylists out there and being patient with her, and also offer some other services that she can do. Like, okay, if you want to restyle the hair release, we can still do something about it. And do you think that this bride would ever forget the name She Was?
No.
That's registered permanently in the head. Sometimes even it can be as simple as after a pre-wedding session, the next day or even that evening, hi couple, hope you had a great session with me.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful experience shooting your pre-wedding. Or it's been a beautiful experience shooting your portraits, or your family session, or your child's session. It makes a couple know that you go beyond the money. So one aspect that we have to really look out for is how we communicate with the clients and how we make them feel valued. In an era where, I know we come to this side, but I can check it in an era where people can easily create images using various AI tools, the best thing you can sell, because even in this era, I'm sure people still move to you for photography, for photo shoots.
Yeah, a lot actually.
Because of the personal experience you create with them. So if in this era you don't create that personal experience with your clients, I'm not sure they would want to even come in the first place. Because some people even see it as stress. But if you make the work seamless, you follow them right from choice of outfit to everything. I'm just trying to talk about the client experience that you give to the person. Right from the first hello to how you even sign out. Signing out doesn't mean you don't even check out. Once in a while, you don't wait till the person's birthday again before you so that's one aspect I think we should pay more attention to.
Wow, amazing submission. I'll come to you, Emmanuel. I would like to know an advice from you, but from a managerial point of view.
So, thank you very much for having me. We at MCB Studio Rentals is actually a creative hub. I call it a creative hub. Because we are there for all creatives, photographers, videographers, and we try to make sure that we give each and every one that atmosphere and environment to be creative. Mr. Bernard Akpad was supposed to be here, but I'm privileged to be in his place and privileged to be in the midst of two giants. That is what I see. They are giants in the industry, and to get them here is actually a huge privilege for them to be here. I just hope that we meet each and everyone's expectation with what experiences we have and how we are going to say it. Comprehension too is also part. Now, moving to your question, in a managerial aspect, I think Kweku and 3D have actually mentioned the two parts, which is your appearance and then the experience you give the client. These are two valid and major parts that photographers actually tend to forget. They feel it's all about, let's take the picture and go. But I always tell photographers and tell people that being in the creative space, we are looking at value. With every profession you want to go into, you are looking at how you're going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Now, what is the problem? The problem is that couples come to you and say, I want a pre-wedding shoot, or shoot my engagement, shoot my wedding for me. Now you are capturing moments.
Yeah.
Now that is the value.
Yeah.
You are capturing moments, which is the value. Now that moment you are capturing, you have to give them some experience for them to come back to you, make them understand why they have to come back to a photographer. Because I know people who actually do not mind. They don't actually find a reason why they should go for a photographer for their wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
They feel, let me just use my phone. Say a picture taking. Oh yes, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm actually an event organizer too as well. So I've seen clients telling me that, oh, you are going for a photographer, a videographer. You tell them that, hey, when they're opening there, they are charging you around 20K, 30K. They're like, hey, mommy, find my phone in here. Because they haven't seen the value.
Yeah.
Because gone are the days, people see photographers as photo.
Yeah.
I've been to a place where, that's it. We were going to shoot one of their commercials when they were starting there's one of their new products. When the photographer entered, he was driving a Benz. He was driving a Benz in suit. And they didn't know that was the photographer.
Yeah.
When the setup and everything was done,
He took out the camera.
done everything, the boys had set up. Prior to they doing the setup, the manager saw him at the car park and challenged so much respect, but he didn't know that was
the photographer.
When he finished setting up and they were come to shoot them, I was like,
are you the one?
Yeah. You looked at him and said, me photo. Me photo. Now this person, if he's coming to you and is telling us, Kweku said, he's charging you 50K.
Yeah, you will pay.
You will pay.
You will pay.
It's not about the money.
Not about the money, the experience.
It's not about the money. It's about the value you are giving to the client and the experience you are giving to the client.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is a corporate event. Now, the corporate event, they want to. There's an image they want to portray. Now, that image is that this is a corporate thing. Everybody here is being corporate.
Yeah.
Everybody. When you're shooting corporate gigs, it's another discussion altogether.
Yeah.
Weddings is another discussion. Podcast is another discussion. Shooting reels. These are all different aspects that we can look at.
Yeah.
But these are all different aspects. But it has to do with the value, how you dress, how you make them feel, the experience you give them, the respect you give them. Yes, Ocha will come for your service, but the respect you give them. Because I can't come to you as a photographer and say, Chabibi Mami.
Yeah.
Probably, Kweku, you've had clients who actually know exactly what they want.
They will fight you actually.
They will fight you.
Yeah, tell you.
They've seen it somewhere and they have a fair idea. Imagine me calling Kweku say, oh, where the mommy. I know what I want. That's why I called you.
Yeah.
That is the value. The experience is going to give me is an adder, but it's really necessary. So from a managerial point of view, I always tell people that it has to do with the experience, it has to do with the value.
Yeah.
Those are the two main things I actually look at. And Kweku has just topped it up with how you even present yourself. How you present yourself. We know we are in the creative world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Saying
just when it's
just go out there like that. You see, gone are the days where people actually had issues with guys with locks, braids, and all that.
Yeah.
But even with that, you have to keep it well. You have to keep it well.
Yeah.
It was just recently I had to take off my beard. And look, it took a while. Those times I had my beard full and dyed, just to present myself. If I'm going somewhere, the way I've even dyed my beard, you'll be like, I probably know I say a manager. But it's all branding. So the value you give to the client, how you look, your presentation, and the experience you give them. I think those are the few main things we can actually look at.
Great, thank you very much. I actually couldn't agree more. Because I remember there was a time where I found myself in a space where I had to choose between two photographers for an event. Now, they all came across and they knew what they were doing until they started speaking. Then all of a sudden I was attracted to just one person because I'm like, no, I think this person can deliver. He was well dressed, spoke very well, and he came across as an experienced person. So he said, we'll go with you.
Yeah.
Now, this is where the plot twist happened. This guy did the work, got the outcome, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
But he got the gig.
Yeah.
He got paid with a lot of money that the other person would have never gotten. So I think as photographers, as much as you're working on your craft, you're trying to look out for quality skills and what have you, it's very important to maintain a strong brand. So thank you very much for that.
Submission.
Thank you for that insight, Tinui. Thank you. So I think you've already mentioned that photography currently is everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in knowing how you can distinguish between a professional photographer and just a photographer. I'll start with you, Nancy.
Can I have the question again, please?
There are a lot of photographers out there. However, there are professionals and there are just the regular kinds.
Yeah.
So how are you able to distinguish between the professional photographers and just the other photographers?
Okay, I think I'll just piggyback on the statement you made before the question. When you had to decide between two photographers, you went with the one who looked good, who was able to communicate well and everything. I don't want to use this term, which I feel like it's negative, like fake it till you make it. Even though you didn't love his work, you gave him the job because of his presentation, how he looked. He felt like he could deliver. So more often than not, again, from this part of the world, we look at appearance a lot. Just even in our relationships, you would see this person, you think, oh, this person, so automatically you think this person is a good person. But the person who doesn't even have money or doesn't even drive a car might actually be the better person. So that tells you that psychologically, appearance and looks does matter. And it adds to you how you look as being a professional. Because imagine that if there are two people, like she said, two people walk up to you and then they want to sell you an iPhone. If one person is wearing slippers and his feet is dirty and is holding an iPhone 17 Pro Max, they're 1 terabyte, and the one person is looking at like me, you want to buy from him because you think, oh, he can afford it. He's wearing an Apple Watch. So even I feel like his iPhone will be better or original than a person who is not looking the part. So you would tag me as being a professional. And then again, it has two sides. I might not even be the one who's actually selling it. It might be fake. Do you get it? So to also get clients your way, again, look the part. So you've even checked that box as in getting the job. So now, as you've gotten the job, as he mentioned, your experience. There's one thing that every time I have opportunity to speak to people, have the mic to talk, also even share on my YouTube channel, I always say this thing. Experience, client experience is very, very, very important. There are a lot of photographers now. How many of you have actually making time to look at the photographers who are around in Accra now? Not even Kumasi, even Accra. 10 years ago, you could count the top photographers in Accra, but now anybody with a good camera can actually shoot. So what would make you get clients over this next person? It's the experience, how you make people feel. I always say this, and I myself is the word I'm looking for, a testament of this. When growing my brand, I learned this thing and I wanted to test it out, and it has worked. When a client reaches out to you, 3D said it. Hi, this is Kwesi. How may I be of service? What would you like to know? Do you want to book for a portrait session? You craft like a sentence, not hi. What can I do for you? You actually craft a sentence. The person actually then feels that, oh, this person is actually a professional, knows what they are doing. And they'll respond to you. And then you think, okay, so can I get on a call with you? Or you can check our rates here and here and here if you want anything at all. You would actually you're having a conversation with them. So even if they don't choose you, it's in the back of their mind that, oh, I reached out to this person was nice. Most of the time when clients reach out to me, I mostly handle the bookings myself. One thing that they tell me is that, oh, after they actually make the deposit, they say, I ask them how they found my work and how they found to book me. Like, it was you and then some other photographers that I liked your work. But when I reach out to almost all of them, including you, but your response time, that's one thing that I set out to do in my business. If you can, there are chat bots now that you can automatically add to your Instagram, your WhatsApp. That anybody who messages you, automatically there's a response. You know that, right? If you don't know that, I don't know what you are doing here. You need to research. You need to learn some of these things. So if you are not online, because there are clients. Most of my clients who book me are from overseas, and then the timing is different. So when they message you and you are asleep, there's an automatic message that will send out. Oh, hi, this is Chrissy. Or hi, this is Kweku. We are not available at this time. How may we be of service? So the person at least knows that there's a response. So when you wake up, you check your messages and you reply. That's one thing that clients tell me a lot, that, when we reached out to you, one, your response time was very quick. And when you reached out to me, the way you communicated, I really, really felt like you were actually thinking about me, not only about the money. Of course, I need your money. But after the money, what next? Because think about it this way, because I'm a wedding photographer. After they get married, chances are they will get pregnant. Maternity shoots. When they give birth, first year, the baby will be born. They'll do a birth photo shoot for the baby. Sorry, they're christening before the photo shoot. So that's wedding, maternity, christening, photo shoot. That's 4. Birthdays, the bride might be celebrating her birthday. Photo shoots. That's 5. Her husband, 6. A funeral, because we have clients like that. We've shot everything. Their funerals. That is because they found value. It's not like we are the only photographers in Accra, but we've become part of their family. Like when they want to do something photography related, they call you, and then they actually tell you that, let your boys come and shoot. They want you to be part of the experience. Why? Because they feel comfortable with you. They really said it. Let them feel something, because there are a lot of photographers out there, but people actually sometimes reach out to me and ask, how are you constantly getting job work? Because it does. And I'm constantly, but I keep saying it's experience. It's experience. Why do you use iPhones over Android? If you pick 10 people, you find like 8 people are using iPhones, right? Out of Android. Why? Because I say iPhone, you're a guy, right? Everybody who uses an iPhone, you feel like this person knows what's up, or you can easily share AirDrop with people. So people tend to. Now you do something. Now you do. We do long time. So most people prefer an iPhone than an Android. I'm not saying Androids are bad, but there's a reason why people prefer iPhones. Resellable iPhones are more resellable than Androids. When you're taking pictures and videos with iPhones, they are better than Androids. We can argue about that, but we know this is the truth. So people prefer an iPhone to an Android because of the ecosystem. The Apple Watch, it's very, very seamless. Most apps are made for Apple first before Androids, which is the truth. So it's the experience you get from. There are Androids that are better than iPhones, honestly. But the way you feel about iPhones, so it's the experience. So always let your clients feel something, have an experience, so that when they are talking about. So I even had some similar situations where a bride couldn't afford us, but he actually left a message saying that, I'm very, very, it's so unfortunate that we can't afford you, but I have your name, I have you saved down. Anytime somebody asks for a photographer, I'm recommending you, and hoping in the future, if somebody tells me that, I value even that than even them day booking. So because it means that anywhere that they find themselves, they say, I met this photographer, I love their services, but even though I couldn't book them, please try and book them, because they feel bad they couldn't book you. So now they'll be pushing people to you. So the experience you give people. Imagine you walk up, you see how she's looking. When you walk to this place and then she met you and then, hi, how are you doing? You're like, Charlie, I go someplace, some lady, she's fine. By the way, she talk to me, Charlie, you tell people about her, the experience. But if you came and she didn't smile to you, just say, hey, Tanaha, easily forgettable. You don't remember her, but if she talks to you, how she made you sit down, she served you a drink, asked you how you were doing, sat next to you and asked you, how was your day? You're like, wow, Charlie, I feel good. The experience. So always give your client an experience and they'll keep coming back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But I feel attacked. I didn't do any of that for them. So now Okay, so I'll come to you, 3D. I understand you've dealt with a wide range of clients. I'd like to know how you deal with different expectations, especially the ones that come at the last minute. Clients. How do you handle expectations from client expectations, especially at the last minute?
I wish you can elaborate a little.
That's fine. So most times clients will come to you, which happens almost all the time. Clients sort of just know what you want, but they don't know the details. But they magically want you to know what the outcome would be.
Yeah.
So they have expectations of which they are not able to articulate. So as a professional, how are you able to meet those demands?
Okay, so one thing I always, I sometimes or randomly ask the clients is, have you checked out our profile? Have you seen our work style, even our editing style?
Yeah.
Because I think that's the bottom line. When a client comes and they look very assertive about what exactly they want, you can just ask them if they checked out your profile in a very respectful way.
Yeah.
That way, you're on the same level. If you feel the client is asking you to do something, like some people prefer very natural looking pictures, others also prefer the pictures to be looking plastic. You know what I mean? So that way, I'll tell you that, 3D, at least you try to keep it as natural as possible, because it's a documentary of your life.
Yeah.
We try to give everything as natural as possible. Except it's a beauty, even campaign billboards for any beauty shoots now, they try to limit the editing to keep the image as natural as possible, right? So depending on that, I know that, okay, I've already established that level ground with the clients. I may not have to fight at the end of the day, or we may not have to do too much forth and back at the end of the day, where the client will be telling me that I want my pictures like this and like that. There was once, I like to use examples just like we are all trying to use, so it's very practical.
Yeah.
I booked a pre-wedding session for a client, I think about 5 years ago. And then we did a pre-wedding session. The groom said the pictures are looking, I didn't edit the pictures. I was like, I've done the editing. He said the people on the street is too visible. I was like, okay, no problem. I will try my best to work around it for you.
Yeah.
I did a second edit, tried to limit the number of people. So he was complaining that it was too visible on his face. I was like, okay, this is what I can do. I'll try a third time for you to see. I did it, and then he now sent me a picture that his wife has edited using a mobile phone app. And I was like, see what my wife has done. It is looking better than what you sent us. The same picture I shot and sent to me, his wife used a mobile phone to smoothen their face, and he sent it back to me. So then I asked him, boss, I think we've been friends and we've been interacting with my work for several years now. By this time, I was thinking you already addressed with my editing style. He was like, but the editing there is not going well for me. I was like, okay, boss, to cut a long story short, you've done deposits. Mostly I don't refund deposits, but I'll do 50% refund for you so that you can catch up with another photographer who will provide that exact style you want. You see? That way, I'm setting the limits.
Yeah.
I'll not let you come in and then later on come and blame me that I shot your wedding, the pictures were looking ordinary, I didn't make your face smooth. No. Immediately he said that, even see what my wife has done with the phone. I know that this is not my client.
Yeah.
So that way you're able to handle the client's expectation better. Later on, I saw the wedding pictures he posted on Facebook. Trust me. There was nothing much like that. It was still the same things. I was like, somebody didn't stress me.
Yeah.
Because maybe later on you realize that weddings, for instance, are documentaries.
Yeah.
You want to keep things as natural as they happen.
Yeah.
If there is a pimple on the face, you may want to keep it. But all these things happen during consultation. Yeah. So I asked him, have you checked my profile? He said, yes, he checked it. He said, so why are you stressing me? So sincerely, you have to cancel that contract. And till now, I remember it as not a too good experience, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
There's no day you go and stand somewhere and say he paid 3D for his wedding and the editing came out and it was not this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You get me? So when they come up with their expectations for that, try to engage them further. Some clients may find you engaging them further as who you two know.
Yeah,
you are stressing them. But then it is all, at the end of the day, if you don't meet their expectations, they'll come at you.
Attack you.
They'll do the same book, you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's happening. You have heard your name, say that this is what you do. But it is their expectations that were not met. So you can even let them send you their mood board.
Yeah.
What exactly they want. Sometimes the mood board will even tell you,
these are my clients,
looking at these pictures there, we cannot do it in studio.
Yeah.
The person has sent you something that was done outside, I want it to be replicated in studio. You can get the person, and if you're able to convince the person to try the studio with you, that's fine. If not, these pictures you have sent me, this mood board you have sent to me, I don't think you have to create it in the studio. Let's go out onto the streets and see what we can do. So You have to engage the clients extensively, especially those who come. Some people just come and they say, create something beautiful for me. Yeah. That is fine. Even that, I have to do a little more consultation. Something beautiful, they already have something beautiful behind in their mind. So consultation is very, very, very important. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for the submission. I'll come to you, Emmanuel, but before then, I'd like to know that when confronted with a similar issue like you just narrated, what's the ideal way that you would approach it?
Okay, thank you. I think I have a similar. Okay, I've had several similar experiences like what he's had. So again, when you look at the work that we do, now, even in our profile, we write clean, classy images. I don't over-edit. And people who have followed my work for years, even on YouTube, I tell you that I edit lightly. I try to keep your image just how it looks. I don't over-edit. So when a client comes, but also part of the experience, you have to consult with them, ask them, so you want a photo shoot done? I'll ask you, do you have an idea of what you want? Most times people do. Then, okay, can we create a mood board? Pinterest should be your friend as a photographer. So tell them to create a Pinterest board, put all the ideas there, send to you. You have a look, see if they are your ideal client. Because some people want some kind of editing. If it's not your style, don't matter how. Not every client is for you. You should be okay with saying no to some certain kind of money. I thank my wife for this, and also a friend of mine from school, Duke Kwashi. He said this thing to me one time, and then I'm like, bro, I'll try it out. At some point in his career, he wasn't getting clients. Because when he quotes his price and the client say, it's too much. And then he said to himself that, I know I'm doing a good job, so I won't reduce my pricing. Clients kept going. And one time, one of the clients who went away came back and said, I went away, found a different photographer. But after the shoot, so I'm back. Whatever you want to charge me, I'll pay. The clients pay double. That's when he realized that whatever you are doing, trust in your style of work. That is your style. It's unique to you. Clients are coming for that. So they paid him, and since then, he started getting clients back. So I was talking to him about it because I also going through a certain similar part in our career where whilst we're not getting job, and I also wanted to reduce my pricing. He said, no, keep to your style. If you trust and believe that this style is good. I had a colleague photographer too who I was having the conversation with, and he said clients would reach out to me and say, I want you to smoothing this. I'm like, bro, this thing is not sustainable. If you are shooting clients and you are smoothing them too much, it takes away from the authenticity of their image. Look at the foreigners who brought photography, in quotes. If you look at their works, they don't over-edit. They keep it very, very clean and simple. So why are we who are also copying their style, why are we overdoing it? So I told him that for me, when a client tells me to do Photoshop, smoothing, and make you look plastic, it's not my style. So please, I won't do it. I'll tell you. So that's the advice I gave him. And he said, clients didn't say, no, 20. And I'm like, well, if that's what you want to do, because after that, the clients will let people know that you will do that for them. And if that's not your style, you are losing out on who you are. So now, most clients who now book you, when they come, like, I've actually heard a bridesmaid or even a bride tell another bride, Anna said, your mom, they don't know why they do. Because now they've seen our style. So if you come to me, you know that you're not getting that. So he mentioned also something also about contracts. I started doing these things so far back in our career when we started. Ghanaians, we don't like contracts. And I always say that it's a difficult thing to discuss, but it helps you long term. When I started photography, obviously in church, started shooting people who were married in church, and I had a very terrible experience with a friend. It was actually like my baby at this age. And around that time, I was shooting weddings, so his wedding got to and then he's like, come and shoot my wedding. I sent him a contract. He said, I could see, may try my wedding, will send me contract, me. I'm like, I'm a patcho. I'm not going to charge you, but I just want you to see what you'll be getting. No, Jai, contract. What is that? I'm like, okay, no problem. Shot a wedding, sent in the pictures. He called me, upset. Now, pictures, you send me just like a few pictures. I want all my pictures. What are the raw pictures? I'm like, when we shoot, we don't give you the raw basil. No, I paid you. It was terrible. He started threatening me. It was bad. So since then, somebody who was a friend, we grew together in the same church. See what he was doing to me. Not to a stranger. So since then, I vowed, no matter who you are, I'm sending you a contract. So I'll send you a contract. I'll ask you to read a contract. See what is there. If you're okay, you sign, then we continue. Because you think that it's saving them. It is saving you, the photographer. Of course, people are not trustworthy. They'll come to you and say, oh, can you do this? If you don't do it, they'll go and tell you that, oh, when I asked him to do something, he didn't do it. But meanwhile, the contract was there, that's not part of. Hours, when you book me, you're getting 5 hours of our time. You're getting 10 hours. It is there. You read a contract. So when a client, you get there at 8 a.m., no at that, the time has started. They know. So when you get there, they are always waiting for you. Because these things happen. People think that when they pay you for the whole day. No. So the contract helps you. Even normal photos, you can even have it there. You're getting 10 pictures. I'll edit maybe 2. I'll retouch this. So when a client receives it, they know what they are getting. Don't come back and say, oh, why didn't you give me this? Oh, please, respectfully, can you refer to the contract? Simple. It even helps you even with your tone. It helps you even look professional. And now if I'm like, oh, we are sure, did I say this? Oh, I don't remember saying this. So are you sure I said this? Please, just refer to the contract. Everything is there. It saves you a lot of things. So I think that would help you in terms of expectations. When clients come and then they want something, this is my style. As you said, when you look at our profile, when you look at our websites, you see this at the style that we produce. If it works for you, let's post. If it doesn't work for you, if the client tells you have like an idea that you feel like you can't do, just let them know, oh, this is not our style. We can't do this. I've referred clients to other photographers. I do that because as a Christian, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Wouldn't you want people to recommend clients to you? You want that, right? Because sometimes it's possible that you might be traveling, you might be sick, you might have a family emergency, you might not be able to be around. If I'm acquainted with 3D and then my style suits his style, and the clients come, oh, Charlie, Mr. Anansi, I will not be around at this time. My clients wants you to cover. Could you be available? You talk to the client. Oh, I'm referring to this photographer. You can check his profile. Oh, yeah, his stuff are nice. Link him. It will shock you that that's goodwill that you did. You feel before you've lost the clients. God will bless you with more bigger clients. Do unto others. We feel like it's those little things because I have tried and tested it. And again, as I said, people always ask you, how come you're always getting clients? You think these things are little, but it's in a grand scheme of things, it's blessing that it's sprinkling on you little. If you want people to recommend people to you, why don't recommend people to clients? Do you get it? Yes. So again, when clients come to you, part of, again, the experience, sit them down, ask them these questions. There's a photographer friend of mine, Pixar. I think you know him. He said something, he's one of the best portrait photographers in Ghana, hands down. You can check his work out, Pixar Photo. He's a good friend of mine. We're having a conversation. He said something that when he's about to shoot a portrait, you spend an hour to set up and 10 minutes to shoot.
An hour to set up?
Yeah. Does anyone know why he will do that? If you know, you can help me with an answer. Does anyone know why he will spend 1 hour to set up and 10 minutes to shoot? Yeah.
You get your lighting and everything.
Yeah.
You don't spend much time. You get what you.
Excellent. If you spend, it's just like planning. If you're like this event, anything you are doing in life, if you plan properly, you are able to execute it. If you're going to write an exam, like you have one shot to write an exam to make you a chartered accountant, to make you anything, a pilot, and you miss the exam, you've lost out. If you plan and then learn and then prepare for it, you blow the exam, right? So if you're going to do a portrait, you spend an hour. He said he used to do this, and clients were, what channel, like, madam? Yeah, but when you see the results, you know, some people don't know this about him, but he's actually shot weddings where he doesn't edit the pictures. He sends them to the client straight. Do you know? Yeah. Do you know why? Because he gets them good straight out of camera. That's the icing on the cake. If you plan well, if you shoot properly, you don't have to edit. He said the one time he shot a wedding, and you know these new cameras, the mirrorless cameras, you can easily just sync and then share the cameras, the pictures to your phone, and then post. So he did that to one of the bridesmaids' pictures, and he sent them to the bridesmaids because the pictures are nice and everything. They went to show it to the bride. The bride said, Pixar, please give me the pictures. He's like, are you sure? I haven't edited. No. So like, wait, if the client can actually request for an editing, then I'm actually. So since then, he started doing that. Clients say, don't edit. So imagine a client has paid you 10K, and you shoot it just like 5-6 hours. Now we are all the pictures I'm on. Now you know editing. Who doesn't want that? So it's all about preparing, shooting well. So good lighting, good settings. So one time I was shooting a wedding in the north, and the person who booked me, they've already experienced me before. So when we were doing the exclusives, there was another photographer. I'll call him the photo for Nibi. And then we were all shooting, and then the guy was like, oh, engineer. And I told the bride and group that, okay, if he wants to shoot there, let him shoot, let him finish. This place is not ideal. And then people were like, if guy says it's good, why are you objecting? Why are we on person? I'm so, please, I won't shoot there. If you believe in my work that I'm doing, let him finish. I'll show you why. And then one lady said, oh, this guy is very professional. He knows his job, so you listen to him. I positioned them in a different place. I shot the picture. I'm like, oh wow. Now they saw my vision. Don't be afraid to tell clients that no, I won't do this. I can't do this. This is not me. Because at the end of the day, if you don't deliver, they'll come and bash you. You tell you're not just like what he said, now so always communicate well, tell your clients what they want, and it will help you better manage expectations with clients. Thank you.
As you really said you want to add something.
Sure.
Yeah, so still about the contracts. I have my own experience with contracts, right? So as young photographer or as a new photographer in the system, one thing you may not want to joke with is your contract. I think 2 years ago, we had a robbery incident. Yes, somebody came. We were shooting an event, and then the guy came. Well, he dressed like one of the people who do the decor.
Yeah.
You know. He bypassed security, and then he entered the place. He came to pick my camera back. I had a laptop and one hard drive.
Doesn't matter.
You know, December season, and this gets to do with backing up your files as soon as possible as well. December season, and everybody was hot. Everybody was just trying to. I was like, well, let me just carry hard drive in case you overshoot and we need to copy something. So then at that particular hard drive, I'm not even yet back it up again. When you copy from your card to your hard drive, you not back that up. That's not back up. You not that because you just copy the files, it can always get corrupted.
Yeah.
But when you have another copy of it,
That's a backup.
Backup one.
Yeah.
I know one of my bosses who has 3 different backups.
Yeah.
One in studio, one at a friend's place, one at his parents' place.
Yeah.
Apart from using the
Sure. You have no idea. If it happens to you.
It's really simple.
Sure.
You can import all the photos, export them as JPEG, smaller versions.
Yeah, and keep them.
Just the smart previews, export it. It is better to have the smart previews and edit for the clients than not to have
anything at all. Yeah.
So now back to the contract issue. So we lost 2 weddings. And these clients, fire for fire. You can imagine. Even if it is just birthday shoot and the pictures don't come, see how the clients are, well, how much more weddings? That is how dangerous it is if you don't do proper backup, and also if you don't sign the contract. So I just have to refer them to the contract that, our contract says that in case of anything, and you happen to lose the files, this and this and this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to compensate you.
Yeah.
You can reorganize the exclusive session for you. If you're interested.
Yeah.
All those things are within the contract. And even with that, we still didn't get it easy.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, we were able to manage the situation better with contracts.
Yeah.
So imagine doing it without any contract at all. That is when
police case.
Yeah. And even now, I've added a social media policy to my contract because that is the era in which we are.
Yeah.
Just as I cannot go and drag you on social media for OAB for 3 years, over 3 years. I have a client who's OAB over 3 years now. He has no pay after shooting his wedding. Just like I cannot go and drag you on social media for OAB. I don't expect that in case myself or the team members, anybody does anything wrong, or even the delivery process wasn't smooth for you, you just carry it to social media and go and drag it.
Yeah.
So you have to include social media policy in your contract. So that way everybody knows their stand. In the worst case scenario, you can report to me at the nearest police station and I'll report. But for you to go and drag me on social media because of 1 or 2 experiences you had with me, it's bad. Just like I can also not go and drag you on social media because you're owing me. So contract sets the tone.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes. And I send a contract and why all this information? Where will you dress up? You cannot tell me that you dress up. The 2 of you are dressing up at the same hotel, and then on the day of the wedding, you are in different places. For that matter, I have to get an extra photographer to go and shoot the bride or the groom. You get it? Contract sets the tone. All those things are within the contract.
Yeah.
So it helps you to manage your expectations. You can even go through the entire contract with your clients. And if they don't understand something, they want to modify it, you can always come to perfect end that you guys will agree. That way the expectations are better managed.
Yeah.
You get it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll come to you, Manuel. Now, as a rental manager, what should a young photographer invest in at first? What are the equipment?
Thank you very much. When it comes to equipment, I always advise everyone to afford or buy something they can afford from the start, especially with what camera you are comfortable with. Each and every photographer has a particular camera they are comfortable with, because photography is an art. And even with the handles or how you handle your camera, or most cameras differs. Some of them are the same. You take a Canon, you take a Sony, you take a Fujifilm, they are all different. And how you hold them, how comfortable you hold them. So the preference is actually up to you on what exactly you are comfortable in shooting. Then you come and look at your lenses. You look at the niche in which you want to get into. If you want to get into weddings, if you want to get into birthday parties, you want to get to outdoor photo shoots, there are differences, because an outdoor photo shoot is different from an indoor photo shoot. So the lenses you will be using for both or these occasions are different. So you have to look at the niche. Which one do you think you do more often? If you think, as proud as we are, we have 2 wedding photographers here. There are 2 wedding photographers. Oh, I thought you would clap. You didn't clap. To shoot a wedding, it's not like the church one that we do. The church, nobody's going to hold your neck that where's my picture. But for weddings, you have to capture every moment. This is a client who is expecting you to shoot both families. And both families, don't forget that there are 2 families in all. If you are not lucky and the man has 2 stepfathers and 2 stepfathers, you are in trouble. So, which means the art in which you are going into, you have to understand it and know what particular camera is good for you. I wouldn't sit here and tell you that go and get this particular camera. I would only advise that you get exactly your niche. If you feel it is only church you want to do, that is fine. If you feel it is weddings you want to go into, that is also there. If you feel probably it's only podcast you want to do, that is there, or content creation. We have our biggest content creator in Ghana here.
Yeah.
Please clap for him. Oh, you don't know him.
You don't know him, man.
He's here. If you want to get into reels, you have to know what you want to get.
Yeah.
So each and every niche of the brand has to know a particular camera they need to get into, which boils down to the professional aspect of it. You have to know what you want, how you want it, where you want to direct your own path. Because 3D has its own path, Kweku has its own path. Both of them are not the same.
Yeah.
If you come for Kweku, there's something you will get. If you come to 3D, there's something you will get.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they use the same camera, but they can use the same camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
So we just have to understand what we want to achieve. We as photographers, we have to understand where we want to achieve or what we want to achieve. I'm a disappointed photographer. Way back in 2008-9, I wanted to be a photographer. So my first photography studio was called Red Studios. So when I started doing weddings, I was like, Enfa. I ran away. Then I started doing corporate gigs.
Yeah.
With the corporate gigs, it also has its own do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you that what I would want to use to shoot a wedding, that is the same thing I would want to use to shoot a corporate gig. Yeah. Let me tell you this funny story. Kubanasi will get the inside better than the 3D. So we had in the company, we had Bulare passing by, and we needed someone to take content. They are there. The content creators and everybody, they are all when you come to the office. There's a difference between taking a picture indoor with lights and everything set up. Yeah. And then there's a difference between when people are moving. Yeah. And you have to take it with a speed light or they are different. Yeah. And we didn't know this particular person didn't know how the difference until we gave him the camera. After a movie, a whole 1 hour with everything that people now for pictures brilliant. We didn't get one single picture. It's not because we don't have the cameras. if you come in there, you see the cameras that we have, and we give him the best because we know Satan we want this thing. But at the end of it, it's because our studio that's how we shoot here. He's just on point.
Yeah.
After you appear, show working. He couldn't show working. It's not because he's not a good photographer. Let me say that. It's not that he's not a good photographer.
Different environment.
But there are different environments, different concepts,
Yeah.
different creativeness or different mindsets that you are shooting with. Different. So I personally will not be able to give you that. Choose this particular camera or choose this particular camera. Know your niche. Know what you want to achieve. Kweku has already said it. If you get your contract and everything, you will know exactly what you want before you can even draft the contract. Now, people actually feel, or let me say, people thought photo was just photo. Take photography or take a content and that was it. Now you have to learn.
Yeah.
So if you are seated here and you don't like learning, I don't think this is the place. But since everybody is here, that means they are willing to learn.
Yeah.
So you would have to learn. School in there, so if you have to go to school, go and do masters, PhD in photography. Funny enough, they are the ones that don't really give us anything, though. But you have to learn. The job is there. They've given you 2 different scenarios. Do it and let's go. You can't do it. But so you have to learn. You have to know which one you are comfortable with. The per se. Then you know how to draft your contract. Because all this contract they are talking about is born out of experiences.
Yeah.
It's born out of experiences. And you'd have to go through your own experience to understand what they are saying.
Yeah.
You would have to go through it. I pray that everybody goes through that.
Yeah. It will shape you.
Because it will shape you.
Yeah.
These things are the ones that will actually
shape you. Yeah.
What we are telling you here is actually experiences that we have. So we give you clear idea of how to draft certain contracts.
Yeah.
But you have to feel it to understand the pain of even the client.
Yeah.
Even the client, not just you, the photographer.
Yeah.
Because if a client comes to you after a whole wedding, 2-day wedding, we're shooting up and down, content, back, then within 10 days, you tell the person your laptop has been stolen. Hey, imagine if you were the client. It's any wedding if you man. So it's a give and take thing. You, the photographer, you have to create a contract that will bind you yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to also bind the clients too as well. Just to make both of you be on the same level. Other than that, human beings there, our mindset and the way we think, weddings mostly we deal with the women. And women that within a month, they have about 3 or 4 different emotions. Just imagine how they are coming to you, to attack you on that. But I would say that I can't give you a specific camera on what to do. All you have to do is learn the craft you are getting yourself into. Understand where you want to go, what you want to achieve as a photographer. How beautiful you want the pictures to come out, how raw you want it to come out. Because it takes guts to give a client raw pictures. And it takes creativity.
Yeah.
It takes creativity. Because I can give you like 4 photographers who would be here. Shots not even taken from the same angle. You realize that they are different. And I always try to use Bob as an example. He's our godfather.
Yeah.
His 40th birthday.
R.I.P.
When he did his 40 frames and then he sold them. That's when I understood that in photography we are playing with it.
Yeah.
His 40th birthday, he framed his best 40 pictures. And he sold them for $40,000. One.
Damn.
$40,000. So it's because he has built the brand. One.
Yeah.
He has built the relationship, the service with the people, the customer service.
I think he can charge. Yeah.
He knows how to charge. Now he now understands what he wants. Just like Bob, they say, "Oh, take it. Just an indoor pill. Or call out the home for you." Because he understands what he wants. And there's a camera he's using. I'm like, Wafa, still using camera way. So everything depends on you, your personality, what you want to achieve as a creative with the client and to yourself. Because at the end of the day, both parties have to sit down and be like, Charlie, the picture I took is worth it. or the money I collected is worth it, or what I paid is actually worth it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In Emmanuel's submission, he mentioned creativity, but I'd like you to throw some light on how young photographers can enhance their creativity.
Okay, I think when you started the session, when I came, someone was talking about, I think, I don't know whether it was you. Someone was talking about, or I think you asked a question. Someone was saying that when there are things you feed yourself. Who said it? You said that? Yeah. That's actually very true. That's something I've been telling people that I also started doing at some point. That starting out, I know you guys, everybody here has maybe one or two photographers whose work they admire. Every day, feed your eyes on their pictures. So let's say if you have like 5 photographers who you love, it could be Ghanaian, a mix of Ghanaian, Nigerian, American, so any photographer, and even also including that list, people who are not even photographers, creatives, basically, and feed your eyes on their work constantly. So if let's say this is your first year starting photography, you are like a novice, you are not starting out, constantly be watching. Okay, for instance, if you love my work, and then you know that for instance, me, if I walk in a room like this space and I want to shoot a picture, I'm looking at this wall and this wall. This might be my third option because I love clean images. So I'm looking for white walls and windows. So if that's your style, feed your eyes on the kind of shoots I'm doing. So you see that identify that, if I walk into a room, he's looking at where the window is coming from and then the white walls. So if you also find yourself in a room like this, your mind, I don't know how it works, but that's how the mind works. You'll click that, I saw a picture from Anansi. He did in a room like this, he shot it this way. So then I don't know how it works, but it does work. Your mind will look for an archive of my work that you saw and how I shot it, and then you'll be able to recreate it. So let's say, for me, there's this guy, he's also a photographer, a creative. He works on shoes and fashion and stuff like that. He's not a photographer. But I used to watch how he crafts. That's how come I saw this app called Unfold. Now I think Squarespace has bought that app now. I started using Unfold like 7 years ago. It wasn't used in Ghana because of the people I'm following. So I started posting. It was like now, a lot of apps do that now. When you want to put like 2 pictures in one, it'll put like in a grid. I started doing that way back because I saw him doing it. And then people start asking me, boss, how you do this? Boss, how you do that? I'll freely share because I don't hoard stuff. So the people who you admire, and an example of somebody who admired his work so much was Bej, and one of the best Nigerian wedding photographers. I started following his work so many years ago. I think 2018, I posted a picture that he shot, and I said I would like to meet him one day. And I don't know how God made it possible. One day I was there, and he messaged me on IG saying he's coming to Ghana to shoot a wedding. Would I like to assist him? I'm like, are you seriously asking me this question? I said yes, obviously. So I met with him. That's the first time I think I went to East Legon Hills. I think that's the area where John Dumelo lives. That area, when I went there, I was like, dude, this is Accra. I met him in his hotel. The hotel was actually paid by the bride. He went to stay there. I went to pick him up in his hotel. So he messaged me saying he wants to go and check the place out, the house where they'll be. That's one thing too, because pre-planning. You're going to shoot a bride. You're not in Ghana. He's going to the house to check out the location, see how the place is going to go before the day. So I went with him, went to meet the bride. We went to the room where the bride will be getting ready, the ceremony grounds, the whole inch of the whole space. So he had an idea of what he would create. And the day of the wedding came, we shot. I saw how he lights. That was the first time there's this light that I've been seeing in his work that I wanted to get. I didn't know the name. I've been following him so much, Stella Pro. And that's the first time I saw it. And then I saw like, okay, I'm going to buy this light. It was 10,000 cedis. That was, I think, 5 years ago. I told wifey, Odo Patrum, who lights it? Me talk. It's 10K. I was like, 10K light. And when I bought it, now almost every photographer in Ghana has that light because it's that good. It's a light that you can use outdoor, indoor. It's one of my best investments I've ever made. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't follow him. Do you get it? So if you love somebody's work, like constantly on his page, if you watch his page and his style of shooting, it's not my style. But if somebody will ask you, why are you following him if he's not? But I see how he poses. So I learned how he poses his couples. He has this kind of intimacy. When you see Bej's images, you fall in love, like with love. like his when you see a picture of like a couple, a picture he shots of a couple, or you love. I don't know how he, but that's his blessing. So I've learned that from me. So when I'm shooting pre-wedding sessions and my couples, I like the way you do. Please give me that. Like, or I want to feel because they've seen that in my work too. Why? Because I learned it from somebody. I don't copy his style, and you let the style inspire you. So feed your eyes, your mind with people. So one time, for instance, if you have 24 hours in a day, let's say you slept 10 hours. Well, sorry, you sleep, you work, you do this thing. Spend at least 30 minutes, not mindlessly scrolling. But the people whose work that you love, that they spend like let's say 10 minutes on let's say King Kona's page. Watch how his pictures. They maybe 10 minutes go on 3D's page. Watch his pictures, so that when you find yourself in a space that I saw Nancy he did a similar spot. Now you have the idea of what you can create. But imagine that if you haven't seen a space, something like that, and you get there, you'll be lost. You'll not be thinking, what can I do? What can I do? But if you've seen a picture like that, you can easily recreate it. And then your clients will be like, hey, how did you know how to do this? But because you've seen it before, they will think that's why you're magic. But Charlie, what's wasting the data? Do you get it? So that's one advice I'll give to everybody. Spend time. If it's a magazine of a wedding blog, go there. If it's Instagram, people that you follow, websites of creative people, just go there, check out their images, and then watch how they create their images, and then it will help you be a better creative yourself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I think we have some good students here. You are coming from the photography class in the morning, right? Yes, over there I highlighted the fact that you have to keep feeding your mind, your eyes with whatever you want to be able to create. So just as my brother has said, it is very important. You can create a separate Instagram account just to follow exactly what you want. Yeah. So that whenever you open your Instagram on your Explore, those are the contents. If I show you my Instagram feed right now or my Explore, it's about studio portraits, even studio setup, because I'm trying to renovate my studio. Yeah. So whatever you keep feeding your mind with consistently, that is what you'll be able to generate. So it's very, very important. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Emmanuel, are there any tools, video apps, software that helps to enhance storytelling during the exam?
I think in this modern age and time, work has been modified in a way that it makes life easy for all of us. There's a carpenter working at our office, and when he comes with some machines, heavy machines.
Power
He
tools.
puts the machine on the wood, boom, and it's gone. I was telling him yesterday that gone are the days you are using your manpower to actually cut this wood. It takes me back to the statement I was making that this industry is evolving, so we have to learn. Day in, out, apps do come. Tools are being used. Day in, out. Even today, Canon was telling me that they brought a new machine, so I should come and look at it. Day in, out, they come out. We just have to learn, feed our brain. And feeding the brain, my dad used to tell me that he used to look at me and says, oh, till 5 gig, 5 gig, 4.5, and pass us 1 gig, what the other. So we have to feed our mind on how we want to learn and what we want to learn and how we want to create. There's a reason why when she asks me a specific question, I don't give a specific thing. Yeah. Because I am a brand. I'm saying it because of all of us here. It's a secret. I hope nobody is listening. It's a brand. You as a brand, it is good to endorse certain things that is around you. You're a photographer, you're endorsing a camera. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you start building the brand, it gets to a certain point. You realize that you, the photographer, cannot even endorse a camera. Meanwhile, you are using a camera. It's all using as we want. Fine. So there are so many tools, there are so many apps that it can actually help us as creatives. I'm using creatives in a general sense. I'm not actually looking at it from a photographer or videographer. I'm using the creative in a very large sense because I come from a background where I've experienced almost all of them.
Yeah.
I've experienced fashion, I've experienced events, I've experienced photography, videography, I've experienced even art. I was telling 3D that I'm a proud visual artist.
Yeah.
I did picture making.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yes. So if I want something, if I want a particular art, how it should be created, there is something already at the back of my head that I'm looking for. So all I have to do is just research. Research. Now I think chat GPT or GTP then you say text, so it is there.
Yeah. Very helpful.
Very, very helpful. So you as a photographer, probably maybe that is what I can say, but that's what everybody is.
Yeah.
And that app is actually garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
What you feed it is what it's going to
give
give
you.
you. It's going to give you. So it's not just giving us, it's not making the work easy for us. It's still telling you to go and learn and come and feed me with what you want so I can fine tune it for you. So there are a lot of apps, my brothers and sisters in Christ. There are a lot of tools. We just have to learn what we want to do. I'm still on what we want, because what you want is actually going to drive your path. Getting to circle from a particular point, I can use different angles to get to circle. Like the circle we all want to get to, but there are different angles. So you as a photographer, you as a videographer, you as a content creator, you as a fashion designer, you as whoever brand you are, you have to learn. I keep saying we have to learn because I've had an argument with a fashion designer who says school is not important. And she's making it big actually. So she has a point. She's making it big. And she has a point. So if she says school is not important, I always tell her that she feels I'm book which has to come with the contract we were talking about. It has to come with the structure. But when we're talking about how to distinguish between the professional and the normal person, it has to come with structure.
Yeah.
Kwekwana said 3D sitting here, they have structure. Because every order comes through a path and it has to follow a particular channel. Because someone can't just come to you and say, we're shooting a wedding, mommy. And you say, okay, what are you going to shoot? Do you know the wedding they are doing? You don't even know the wedding. So some of them feel you're asking too much. But it's all part of the learning process. Because if you get to understand what you are going to shoot,
I'm better prepared.
You prepare yourself better. Because why would you set up for 1 hour and shoot for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It means he has understood, he has learned, he knows the style he wants. He knows what the light way to her. That's all the way the way from. I saw some set, one of the photographers, they came to our studio. The setup he did there with the light. I've never seen some before. I haven't. Me, personally, I haven't. I'm not mentioning his name.
People are doing things so. Sure.
So I just want to stand in the studio, looked at him, he shot all the shots. I want to look at the camera.
The images,
Did he really get it well?
Yeah.
Even though we've been in the industry for long, we wouldn't be able to tell you that this is the exact thing we are supposed to do. Because we are creatives.
Yeah.
You have to create. That your creation is going to be someone else's bread.
Yeah.
Your creation is going to be someone else's bread. So we don't have to copy someone's style, as Kweku was saying. He keeps watching people's, he has people he not idolize, but he's taking inspirations from them. It doesn't mean he's copying their style. It means he's taking inspiration to create something different for himself, just to give people that creative sense that I think the work we are doing as creatives, that is what is holding the world. I tell people that it's the creatives, we are the ones holding the world. Because trust me, even the spreadsheet was created by a creative.
Yeah.
What the bankers and things are using, the notes, the money they are all created from creatives. So you have to learn. I can't give any tool, but at least ChatGPT can help out. But you have to learn to feed it. Thank you.
Great. I think yes, you can go.
Okay, so still about learning. recently I was having a discussion with a colleague and I was telling him that I think one of the major differences between the old time Ofoto and our current generation, one of the main things that was able to create a form of gap is learning. You know, some of them are still able to learn, and in fact, they even do retouching, right?
Yeah.
Whilst others, they felt comfortable in their comfort zone, they don't want to learn. So, in an era where people were being retouching, they were still used to the old system of doing things. People were, if I buy an umbrella to do photo shoots, they'll be like, why should I buy an umbrella and do photo shoots? All they do is that they put the camera on you, the flash on your forehead, the picture will come and you're all shining. That is their style. So people still patronize them, that is fair. But then, if I will do a studio session and take 1,500 cities, sometimes they work the whole month before they can make that 1,500 cities.
Yeah.
I'm relating this to the current era in which we are, where we have a lot of AI editing tools that can help us speed up our work. Previously, I'll do a photo shoot and I might spend almost 2 hours doing retouching of photos. But now, within 15 to 30 minutes, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I've learned to use the AI tools.
Yeah.
If you don't learn to use the AI tools, the client will come to you they'll ask you to use it for them. And if
know how to use it.
some of them even generate their own pictures by themselves. So if you don't learn, if maybe I go to 3D, I do a photo shoot, and then it takes 10 days or 5 days before the photos to be ready, then the client goes to the client and says, who is able to deliver within, after 24 hours after the photo shoot, pictures are ready.
Yeah.
This guy is fast too.
Yeah.
So if you don't elevate the game, by all means, the girl will tell the friend that, oh, my pictures are carried less than 2 days, they are ready.
Yeah.
You will definitely go and book over 3 days. You get me? So you have to learn and learn proper. You have to learn such that before the client even come and ask you about certain technology, you already know. If not, you see the gap that is existing. Before you make 1,500 at the end of the month, somebody has already made 15,000 plus.
Yeah.
So we have to really learn and learn proper.
Great, thank you. So we are just about wrapping up. But then I was happy you mentioned that these days people even generate their photographs using AI, and it's really a thing. So my question to you, Kweku, is: do you think AI is a threat to the photography business?
Oh, absolutely not. I doubt it. Because I don't know about you, but when you see an AI generated image, you can tell.
Yeah, very obvious.
It's very, very obvious. And how would you feel if somebody generated an image of you and then that's like your image? You know in yourself that that's not me. So inward, you have a feeling about it. It's just like, imagine if you something fake and something original. If you're wearing something original, how do you feel? If you're, yeah. So I don't think AI is taking our work away, because even to date, AI has been here for quite some time. People, I haven't heard or seen photographers around the world, because I've also been following the story, talking about the fact that now they are losing jobs. No, it's actually going up, because as he mentioned, now turnaround time has increased. In our style of editing, as I mentioned, we hardly use so most of the apps that we use in terms of photography is Lightroom and Photoshop. Lightroom for batch editing and Photoshop for lots of retouching and stuff like that. I hardly do Photoshop in my company because I want to work efficiently, not work hard. Because if you're editing a picture in Photoshop, you need more time, and it takes a lot of time. And if you are growing, when you've been doing this thing for some years, it takes a toll on your body. When you sit to edit for long, you have back pain and all of that. You guys are young, so I don't think you guys are experiencing that. But after some years, you start. So now you have to start, as you are learning, you have to start identifying and investing in things that will help you work efficiently, not hard. But as he's saying, there's this wedding photographer in Ghana who charges 40K per wedding, and that's like a 7-hour day. Not 10 hours, 7 hours, 40K, he's gone. So imagine if I'm taking 10K and he's taking 40K, how many weddings do you think I have to do and stand on my feet for to get to 40K? So in a year, I had a conversation with him, and he was telling me that, Charlie King, I'm looking at doing like 5 weddings in a year. Because wedding photography is not easy, because you are doing product photography. You are shooting shoes, the ring, the accessories. You are doing fashion, the gown, the robe. You are doing portraits, the bride, the groom. You are doing like corporates, group shots. You are doing candid, people sitting, they're guests. You are doing environmental, their architecture, their building. You are doing everything in wedding photography. That's one of the reasons why I love wedding photography. Telling me to try it out. So I was like, okay, well, we're in the age of learning. Let me try it out. If it doesn't work for me, I can just. So I paid for a subscription and I tried. I'm like, see, because as you mentioned, imagine a client books you, and then you are able to give them their pictures in 2 days. Turnaround time is fast, and then they'll call you. Oh, Charlie, thank you very much. Because most Ghanaians, I don't know. Yeah, we are aware. Ghana for Mubukiwa, they want you to give the thing like to them. And Nigeria. I don't know why they do. I don't know why they think that. But creativity, you can't rush creativity. So if a client books you, like they'll wait and wait. Today is 8th, right? Today is 7th. Today is Friday. A client's birthday is Monday. No, after Saturday. Say what you shoot mommy. Me prepare just on Monday. Also Sunday, so back media. But upon be fee there 5, 6. Time no be edit pictures. But if you have an app like Evoto, you, as you're saying, instead of you sitting down, when you do one edit how you want it, you select all the pictures. Guys, just go on YouTube and go and check it out. And the good thing about it that I love so much is that if you're someone like me who doesn't over edit, you can keep it to that level. If you're somebody who likes to do plastic imaging, like smoothing, you can go to the extreme. So it makes you work better. So if you are in this age and you don't like learning, you're okay actually. Somebody take your job. Not AI. Somebody will take your job, not AI. And I want to touch on a little bit on ChatGTP. There's this app called Grammarly that helps, like if you are typing. One of the photographers I was talking about asked me to check it out, and it was very, very good. If a client emails you, they want to book you, and then you're not sure of the language to use, you go on Grammarly, you tell Grammarly what you want to say. It will help you type, and then correct you, and then make it sound good. I used to use that app, and then ChatGPT came. I was like, let me try it out. So for my YouTube, back then when I want to upload a video, you have to do the caption, title, description. It's a lot. But now we put out one video per week. So imagine where we have, let's say, in a week, we have weddings, we have portraits, I have my son, I have my wife, I have family, we have a lot of things, you have church, and you have to shoot for YouTube, you have to post and all of that. But when I start using ChatGPT, I'll tell ChatGPT because I've been using it for my company. So when I'm asking it something, it's referencing the things I've asked it. Again, what he said. If you've learned, that's how you can ask a better question. So when I'm asking a question, I know what I'm asking ChatGPT. So I describe. You can actually, instead of typing, I do audio. I'll talk. I'll say, like, let's say 6 or 10 sentences. It will summarize everything for me, and then to give me response. And I give it. Tell me to give me options. Okay, with best titles that will capture clients, the viewers' attention. You should go on YouTube, check the SEOs, the words I should use that would let people. It would see. I asked it a certain question. It took like 3 minutes to load. The responses it gave me, it is amazing. So if you're here not using ChatGPT, you are losing out. Like, if you haven't heard of, just go on YouTube, check ChatGPT, and then see how you can incorporate it into what you are doing, and help you be a better creative. So don't lack. You don't want to be called a photo. You want to be called a professional photographer, right? So use tools that will help you work smart, not work hard. Okay.
Great, thank you very much. I'll come to you, Manuel. What's that one piece of advice you would give someone trying to turn photography into a full-time business? Let's make it brief because we're out of time.
The only thing I'll say is you must have a structure. I believe in structure. If you do not have a structure, you wouldn't progress as a professional photographer. And the structure has to do with even your appearance, the kind of people you deal with, the people you employ, the people you communicate with, the people you are around with. All has to do with structure. And the structure has to do with if the person comes to you and booking this, what are the procedures? What happens next? After this, what next? Do you want this? Do you want that? Payment. How you make the payment. All these structures are needed. That's the only advice I can give for now. Structure. So please, just know your niche as I'm saying, and look at the structure that will help you in that niche. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Freedy, any last words from you?
Hello? Thank you for staying all along. Like, if you haven't heard of, just go on YouTube, check ChatGPT, and then see how you can incorporate it into what you are doing, and it'll help you be a better creative. So don't lack. You don't want to be called a photo. You want to be called a professional photographer, right? So use tools that will help you work smart, not work hard. Okay.
Great, thank you very much. I'll come to you, Emmanuel. What's that one piece of advice if someone trying to turn photography into a full-time business? Let's make it brief out of time.
The only thing I would say is you must have a structure. I believe in structure. If you do not have a structure, you wouldn't progress as a professional photographer. And the structure has to do with even your appearance, the kind of people you deal with, the people you employ, the people you communicate with, the people you are around with. All has to do with structure. And the structure has to do with if the person comes to you and booking this, what are the procedures? What happens next? After this, what's next? Do you want this? Do you want that? Payment. How you make the payment? All these structures are needed. That's the only advice I can give for now. Structure. So please, just know your niche as I'm saying, and look at the structure that will help you in that niche. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Maybe any last words from me?
Hello. Thank you for staying all along. It's been an amazing session having you all around. So the last thing I want to say is that we have to learn. That's the last thing I have to say. We have to learn, because if you don't learn, you'll be left behind. The world is moving faster than we're even thinking. So as creatives, yes, we may be busy doing photo shoots up and down, but if we learn, it even makes our work much simple, and it even makes us work faster. And the contract thing is very crucial. It binds both you and the client, so that none of you can mislead you. You understand? Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much for having you all on the set. I believe this has been a very interesting and insightful conversation. Thank you, Nancy, Emmanuel, and Mr. Louis for making me here. Thank you. Now we will zoom into the next session, which is focusing on invoicing. And with that, Mr. Andrew Azaso will take over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Words of wisdom.
So it's a wrap from us. It was a beautiful discussion. I was joined on the panel by the team from MCB and the CEO or the founder of 3D Consult himself. It was a very beautiful discussion, sharing our experiences with the class and all the amazing creatives. Join and let me know. Hope you enjoyed this video. We shared a lot. You guys know I'm all about sharing, and I really enjoy the fact that we get to create this amazing community and hashtag community over competition. Wherever you are, join a creative, join hands, create something amazing. Nobody's an island, so let's join hands. Let's create some amazing things with creatives all around. Yes, until I come here again next time. I was really humbled to be part of this experience. It was a beautiful experience. There was Canon, there was a team from Popo, there was my greatest guy from Impact Photo Store. They had a booth there. There's a lot of amazing people that we met. Freestyle Studios, big thumbs up to him, and all the amazing people who came through. Yeah, so watch this video. If you find value from this video, definitely subscribe, like, and join me on the next one. And I'll see you out.